Hello guys, it's me. Welcome back to the channel, hope you're all doing well. Where have I been, you may be wondering? Well, we've had a lot going on in our personal life recently, good and bad, but I'm happy to be back and videos will be resuming on the channel regularly from today. So thank you for bearing with me and I hope you guys are all doing well. Let's hop round the front of this and tell you guys what we're doing today. Brilliant. Ow, ow, stinging nettles, ow. Oh, my legs are covered, George.
Why did you park that close?
I don't know, I'm trying to be courteous to other drivers. Ow! Yeah, I've been stung.
Oh.
Right. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing well. Done that bit already. So, today's video is showing you around my new Range Rover L322. My leg is killing me, George. I need to find a dock leaf. It's actually really hurting. So you may or may not know, but I recently purchased my very own Range Rover L322. I didn't buy it in the usual way. I didn't go to a dealership and do a test drive and have a look around the car. I DM'd a guy on Instagram, sent him some cash and he delivered the car to my driveway. Not the conventional car purchase, shall we say. However, I'm not a conventional person. You may or may not know, you will soon learn if you don't know. So yeah, this is my new car. It's a 4.4 litre TDV8, it's beautiful. I can't wait to show you and I've been loving driving it. I've got so much to say on this car, but I had a mixed bag of comments on that video. Some people going, go Lucy, can't wait for the content, can't wait for it to break down. And the other half of people saying, you absolute imbecile. Why did you do that? What about the inspection? Did you do a car vertical check? Did you actually check if this car was okay? But don't worry guys, I did do a car vertical check. I'm gonna run through that now with you. We're not sponsored by Car Vertical, but I am a customer, so I'll show you that in a second. So it's a 2011 car, which confuses me because, as you can see the number plate, oh yeah, I quite like the number plate as well. 60, I thought that meant 2010. But it's 2011, so I'm a bit confused by that. It's about 150 odd thousand miles on the clock, fairly high mileage, but not very high mileage for an L322. You guys know they're capable of getting into like 200-300,000 miles. Shout out to Sam's Motoring Machines, I think he's on like 250 or something ridiculous. But I am very excited for this car because it's better than my old one, and I loved my old one. So you can't imagine how excited I am for this and for the videos I've got planned in it. I'm just gonna use my mobile office here, gently so I don't scratch it. Here we are. It's very hot, probably a bad idea. So I'm gonna get this quick checkup to show you guys to prove that I am not as stupid as I may seem. I'm not gonna spend too long on this. It's not sponsored. I'm gonna quickly go through it with you guys. I'm gonna go for a drive in a second and then do a big walk around of the car and show you some of the amazing features it's got because it's a very high spec. But just looking at it briefly, we've got a lot of greens that say looks good, tick. We've got odometer, financial, legal status and damage, all with green ticks, which is what we like to see. It isn't currently wanted as stolen, which is wonderful news. There's been no damage recorded at all. It's not been involved in natural disasters. And it says the current market value, which I can't quite believe. I don't know how they figure this out if it's this engine and this spec and stuff, but it's saying, it says Land Rover Range Rover 2011. So general, not being specific to the, but this is a higher spec. Anyway, this is saying the average price is £15,500. I bought this for £8,500, so I'm not sure what's going on there. I do think their value in these dropped slightly because of how much it costs to insure them, which we'll get onto, but that's kind of crazy considering this is quite a high spec Land Rover Range Rover 2011, saying the lowest price is £12,500, the highest price is £17,500. But anyway, it all looks good. I'm not going to bore you with more stats, but there's nothing for you to worry about. There's just things probably for me to worry about later on down the line. So yeah, insurance and road tax. Ouch. Very spenny, should I say. I think the road tax was around £750 for the year. And the insurance for myself and George, so George is 31, I am 27. The insurance was around £1,000, just under. Didn't quite get over the mark to 3 zeros, but yeah, quite expensive. But it is what it is. We know that's what you get with these cars. We know what to expect now. They're expensive to run. You have issues with them, but you buy them anyway because of unconditional love. And in case you're thinking, wow Lucy, I love your jacket, thank you. I picked this up the other day at Goodwood Festival of Speed and it's my new channel uniform, so let me know what you think. I really like it. Nearly went for a red one, but I went for this instead. Anyway, fashion show over. Should we go for a drive? Now, of course, the drive is a huge part of my pull to these cars. There's so many factors, actually. Hang on a minute. That's better. I can carry on now. There's so many factors at play that make me love these so much. Number one being the position in the road. So I am very high up right now. Not much is taller than me other than the odd van or lorry. Going from our BMW 3 Series to this, like the difference is crazy. So I'm just in like regular height now. If I go into off-road mode, obviously it's even higher. I just love being kind of above the traffic. You can see what's happening, you can see what's going on in front of you. It feels safer and it feels more comfortable. I'm so used to driving these, even though I've not had one for like, I mean, how many months? Like 9 months or something? Is it 9 months? I got back into it and instantly was like, I'm home, I'm good, I don't need to think about it. I mean, the first time we ever drove one, I was like, whoa, this feels very high. Now I've owned one, I feel like it's muscle memory. Like I get back in the car and I'm like, I'm good. I remember how big this thing is, how to get through the tight spaces. Like I'm not worried, I'm not overthinking it. I mean, it's a really big car. When you put it next to, I don't know, we parked up earlier next to a Qashqai, for example, which is meant to be like a family SUV. It looks like an ant next to this beast, but it's honestly a dream being this high up. The seats are beautiful. It's like kind of reclining lounge chair that's been put into a car that you can drive around, so you're just so comfortable. It's slightly worn, the leather, which makes it even softer. You've got the armrest on here, nice big steering wheel in front of you, and it's just comfort. Like everything is just so comfortable. You don't feel much on the bumps. You've got the air suspension, so any bumps you go over, you're just kind of wafting over, but not in a kind of milk float waft, a very refined waft. As refined as a waft can come. And then of course the elephant in the room, the 4.4 litre engine, 308 brake horsepower. This thing goes, I mean, mostly we're driving it around kind of like at 30 miles an hour in traffic, but when we get to experience it at the higher speeds, this thing goes like off a stick, which is such a disgusting phrase. I don't know who came up with that. It's absolutely vile. I'll replace it with, it goes like most local garages when I call up and tell them what car I've got. They just go, they're not interested. They run for the hills. But honestly, unbelievable power, which I almost can't quite wrap my head around. 308 brake horsepower in a car that weighs 2.5 tons we're lugging around here, guys, which is 2.5 tons. You can't get your head around it. I don't know how much an elephant weighs, but nice. Very nice. Is that like a champagne-y colour? Or is it silver? I'm very into champagne cars at the moment, guys. I've got a bit of a thing. There was a lovely Volvo XC90 we saw at Goodwood Festival of Speed, and it was in the car park, and it was this like beautiful, really shiny champagne-y colour, and I don't know, I just love it. You know I love a green car, but I feel like champagne is kind of maybe taking the lead at the moment. But anyway, so of course this is a big engine upgrade for me. I had the 3.6 TDV8 before, so still a V8, still turbo diesel, but we've gone for the 4.4, which is a fairly big increase in like the kind of spec and the 0 to 60 times and the brake horsepower and stuff. But in terms of actually driving it, it's very noticeable. It definitely feels a lot smoother, more refined. Obviously it's a slightly newer model as well, like I said before, but the old one was quick. It was very fast, but when you're sort of pulling off on a roundabout in this, it's just like you tap your foot on the accelerator. I mean, I barely put my foot to the floor. I barely can put my foot to the floor because flipping out. There's a Civic reversing into the road, so wonderful. The steering feels tighter. I mean, with these cars, I do feel like there's obviously some aspects where it's like it's a newer model, or it's a different engine, or there's different things that will obviously change the drive of a car. But I also do feel like with these, there's so many things that can go wrong with them, or things you might not know about, which can also affect it. So maybe our old one had something that made it feel very different to this one. There could obviously be other factors at play, like, I mean, how old these cars are now. There could be like worn bushes or something that could affect the feel of the drive or the stability, or, I mean, it's a bit chaotic. If you know these cars, you know what I mean. It's all a bit chaotic. Right, I'm going to pull into this car park. I need to see if I need to go into access mode, because there's a rather large metal bollard above our heads when we pull in. So let's see. I must remember that I'm in a bigger car now and not assume I can get through any space, because I feel invincible in this, but I'm probably not. I am going to go access. Are we going down?
Ooh.
Are we good?
Go forward.
How are we doing? It does scare me though, because it's all like electronic, the air suspension. So what if it just went, I'm gonna go into off-road height, and then just went up when you're underneath it? It is terrifying. Okay, so now we are going to talk about some of the specification in this model, a little bit of a walk around, exterior, interior. So if I hop out, have you got the keys, George? Really nice clean key actually. Our old one definitely didn't look like this. And pretty, I mean, it's perfect. It could do with probably a little wipe. It's a bit muddy, but other than that, it's perfect. Firstly, the colours. There's a lot of colours going on here. So this is Baltic blue, and a tip, if you have one of these and you want to see what the colour is, if you're not 100% sure, because there's a lot of different shades, different names, look just here, you have your VIN number, and then just underneath it, it's got your colour. So Baltic blue is what we've got here. So, I mean, often on YouTube, it's hard to see what the shade actually is. Such a light bonnet, isn't it? It's like, it feels, must be quite new, these struts, because it's like really very light. Often on YouTube it's hard to see the colour, especially with like, we've got a very grey day today. So I'll try and describe it to you. It's a blue where it's almost black, it's very, very dark blue, but then when it's in the sunlight it kind of has a bit of a shimmer to it, and you can see that it's a little bit brighter, but on days like today it definitely looks darker. And a lot of the metal and kind of extra bits, they've probably got a name, the external bits and bobs, are this kind of gunmetal grey colour. So it's same as here, it's very like kind of like shiny, almost a bit, I'm not going to use the word sparkly, what's the word? Metallic, a bit shimmery in the sunlight, and then this is a bit more sort of matte, but I really like that. It kind of gives it a bit of a farmy edge to it. It's not too like chrome and shiny, it's very much like dull. Which is good, I like dull things. We'll get on to dull interiors in a minute. But please tell me, I have a question for you. Is this original Vogue spec? Is it a special edition? Because we've got it here as well. We've got it on the door handles, which I think is original, but my other one wasn't like it. My other one, I believe, was the same colour as the paintwork. So it's quite nice having that kind of different colour going on. Clearly someone's changed the wheels on it, so we've got some L405 wheels on it. So maybe they've changed the other bits to match that, because if you've got like shiny parts elsewhere and then like these dark wheels. So next question for you all. This is a very much tell me video, so get in the comments, guys. What do we do about the wheels? Because when we first bought this car, I said 1,000,000% we're changing the wheels. I don't like them. It feels too new. It's on a newer model. I want to bring this car back to original and kind of keep it how it should be, more kind of agricultural, farmy looking. These are like shiny L405 wheels, carbon fibre, a bit wobbly. It doesn't really suit the look I'm going for, and it definitely doesn't suit the interior of this car. The interior is that kind of gentlemanly spec. I love the dark blue with the light interior. It's like an absolute dream. I feel like these are ruining it, but when you stand back, if we come over here quickly, well no, you need to go that way, George. You spin around, we're just dancing in a field. It does look quite good. So I'm so torn. I was 100% changing the wheels before, and actually a viewer of the channel's got in touch and offered me these wheels right here, and I do really like these, so I could buy them off him. He's offered me a very fair price. He's offered to drop them to my house, and it's very, very kind of him, so that is quite a good option. But then I would have to potentially change the tyres as well, but there's still a few mil of tread left on these, and they're actually really nice tyres. These are what we wanted to get for our other one. They're really, really chunky. These are Pirelli Scorpion Verdes, all seasons. They're not all terrains when they're kind of a bit more meaty, but they are very chunky. It gives you a bit more height, and actually when you're driving, I meant to say this earlier in the drive actually, you feel kind of firstly higher up, but also a lot of the kind of road noise isn't there like it was on our old one. There's obviously a thicker tyre wall, so it just feels softer and more comfortable. These are a 55 profile, and I believe standard on these is a 50, so it's not technically the right one. So again, if we're trying to restore it back to how it should be, maybe we should be looking to get new tyres as well, but it seems a shame to get rid of these. Or I sell the wheels with the tyres, maybe someone could do that. Also, if anyone wants these wheels, if you've got an L405, I think they're lovely wheels, the shape of them. What are they called? They've got a name this, I can't think off the top of my head. Flower or something, I can't remember. I'm not sure I'm sat like this. If anyone wants these wheels / tyres, send me an email, because they're lovely, but I just don't think they're quite right for this car. But then sometimes when I look at it with the handles, it does look good, so I'm kind of like, do I just keep them? It's almost like from the outside you're showing something very different to your inside. This is a whole like, don't judge a book by its cover. The cover is like blackened wheels, tinted windows, and you go inside and it's like gentleman's tea party. So it's quite nice having a bit of both, but then I do kind of want to restore it. I'm also thinking about clearing them, deleting the window tints. I quite like the clear glass. Again, it feels that kind of farmy agricultural look. I think it really goes with the light interior. But then the other side of it is we've got a 2-year-old it's good having a shade from the sun for him, shade our sun from the sun. And I think it looks quite cool, like when you step back and you can see through the car a bit more. I do quite like how that looks. So again, let me know in the comments, should I delete the sun protection glass? Do they say that in Range Rovers? That's my old BMW training coming into play. It's called sun protection glass in BMW, but I don't know what it's actually called technically here. I am going to do a video soon, going around with like everything that's wrong with it, everything I want to do to it, in a bit more detail. This is more of a meet my new car video. There are things I want to talk about a bit more in detail with you guys, so that'll be coming to the channel soon. But overall condition is pretty good for the age of the car. But I was going to also ask, obviously the Vogue badge has been deleted. Sorry about this noise. There's like crickets. It's like giving me a headache. I wonder if it's even coming out. It might be awful. That we're in bloody jungle. So yeah, the TDV8 badge and the Vogue badge are deleted. So I wonder, I mean, is there any way for me to find out if this is a Vogue or a Vogue SE? Because so the paperwork I have for the car says Vogue, but the spec's really high. So I wonder if it had options added to it when it was first spec'd up, or if it's in fact an SE. I don't actually know. But anyway, either way, it's got a very good spec. We have got a chrome bar along here, which I'm not too thrilled about. I think it looks odd being the only chrome thing on the car. It's like, why is there just that? I think it might be aftermarket. It's a bit wobbly. So maybe I can find one that matches the kind of gunmetal grey and fit that. So maybe I'll have a look on somewhere. The official part is about £90. So if there's any other options you've heard of, let me know. And then in the boot, I mean, you would have seen this in the last video. This currently isn't opening, but we've got it booked in to get looked at. So that will be fixed very soon. So I can't actually do, I mean, I could, yeah, it's fine. Oh, do I want to ruin this? So this is why this car has got this kind of like rugged step. This is what it's for. Okay. There we go. Loads of room in here. Plenty of room in the boot. So if you're new to the channel, you're thinking, what the hell are you doing? This is my trademark. I don't know why, I could have picked anything, but my trademark, for some stupid reason, I chose was to climb into every boot of any cars I review. So here we are. So this is, I mean, the tailgate, I can't just stand here and do this, I need to get back up. The tailgate that comes down is actually one of my #1 favourite features of the car, because it's very useful. So if you're getting your boots on, you're changing your kid's nappy, it's so handy having like an extra, it's like a table that comes around with you. I love it. So I'll show you that soon when it's fixed. But yeah, quite cool having the lighter parcel shelf. It needs a bit of a clean up, but we can do that. But yeah, that's the boot. And I think that's probably it for the exterior for today. I will do a video, like I said, soon, showing some of the things that I want to do to it and like the things that are wrong with it. But let's head inside and show you one of my favourite parts of this, which is this ghastly interior. By ghastly, I mean wonderfully beautiful. This is my absolute dream interior. So not only have we got navy blue leather, amazing, didn't know that was a thing. We've got this like wooden, if you come closer, we get a close up, maybe do here and you can see it. It's not just flat, it's kind of got this kind of a slightly lighter brown running through it, almost like a marbly brown look. Very bad at explaining things, but you get the idea. And then we've got this yellowy, beigey, sandy colour everywhere else. It's so cool. I really do like cars that look old-fashioned and like living room-esque, especially when the seats are this comfortable. I also absolutely love here, we've got navy piping on the leather seats. The seats are in very good condition. There's no rips, no tears anywhere. The armrests are the same. Everything's a bit dirty because it's been worn. This seat actually is very dirty. So if anyone's got any leather cleaners they recommend, this is pretty rank compared to that one. We've also got a new seat belt that we're going to replace soon, so that's a bit frayed. The seat belts are also navy, which I think is very cool. And then the back seats are beautiful. So if you jump in here, I'll get in the back. We've got the perforated leather all the way through. Let me just swivel my son's car seat quick. It's also a joy getting him in and out. You're right, George. It's also a joy getting him in and out of the car because it's so much higher up. It's really good. But yeah, absolutely beautiful seats. Again, with the piping. I love here, like, let me grab the camera. I love here how it's kind of like almost like an outline around here with the piping. And then of course, trusty cup holders. Oh, blimey, flung that. Yeah, all good and all really in good condition as well. So that's great. We've got our little pockets behind the seats. And one of the rarest parts of this car is this. we've got reclining rear seats. This is a chauffeur car. So we've just gone from like comfortable to ultra luxurious, I would say. So long journeys, I don't want to be driving this, I want to be sat in the back. Absolutely beautiful. And yeah, that's one of the extra things that I was very pleased about when I chose this car. We've got cooled and heated seats in the front and then heated seats in the back. We've got a sunroof, which is always good. And then if you come here, we've got rubber mats, which is always good. And if you look underneath in the carpet, I don't think anyone's ever sat here. It looks brand new. It's still got like a thick pile to it. You know when you get a carpet at home and it's lovely for the first week, and then when you start trampling all over it, it kind of goes a bit flat. It's absolutely immaculate. And the carpet's also navy as well, which is really special, as well as along here, this part of the trim is also navy, kind of looks like leather, it's not, but I just love the detail that has been paid to this car, because our old car was just grey outside, black everywhere else, like everything was black. Was the roof lining black? No. The roof lining I think was the same beigey kind of colour, but everything below that, everything was black. The steering was black, the carpet's black, the seats are black, the seat belt's black, the piping's black, like everything was black. I love how many different things are going on here with the navy. I do like navy. So I think that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, sorry about the delay on it, but lots more videos to come. We're going to go back to weekly uploads on the channel, so make sure you're subscribed. I'm really excited to have the keys to a Range Rover again. That's mine, that I can do whatever I want to it, make some changes. I'm going to get very involved with this one. We've got a lot of DIY projects. I did just change the front wiper blades because they're a little bit scratchy, and I need to change the rears later. I've also got an idea to do a big detailing video, so I'm going to really get in there and make it look as best it possibly can, and I think often with detailing it kind of reveals what you need to do. So that's to come. We're going to do the everything wrong with video, where it's going around talking about literally all the points that I don't like or that need changing, and my plans of what to do with them. And like I said, this car is mine as much as it is yours, guys. I mean that. So if you think get rid of that, do that, change that, keep that, or if you're watching thinking oh my god, don't get rid of the tinted windows, keep the wheels, like, give me your opinions in the comments, because I love this community we've got, and I love hearing from you guys, your opinions. If you've got these cars, if you've had them in the past, or if you're totally brand new to them, your opinion means a lot, because I don't know, I love it. I love kind of hearing what you have to say about it and what direction you think I should go. So loads more videos to come. We're also going to get a full health check and inspection for that video. We're going to get it up on the ramp. We're going to not be talking just about the cosmetic parts, but actually like the mechanical parts and the things that you guys know can go wrong in these cars. We're going to really get in depth and talk about all that as well. So yeah, loads of fun videos to come. So thanks so much for watching this one. If you did enjoy it, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. Follow my Instagram for more behind the scenes, and I'll see you very soon in the next Lucy on Cars. Goodbye.